So let's talk about learning the basics on a motorcycle. So all modern day motorcycles will basically come standard. You'll have your kill switch on the right, your start button on the right. Modern day motorcycles also have a power button on the right. The throttle is always on the right, the brake lever is always on the right, and the clutch is on the left. The blinkers are on the left, and this bike's got menu options and electronics, so they're all on the left. They're typically on the left, but those aren't as standard as blinker, clutch, brake, your kill switch, and your start button, and where the throttle is. So all of that is standard regardless of what bike you ride, and what manufacturer, what model, or what year. I think it was somewhere around the 70s they standardized this stuff. So it's always going to be the same regardless. So in understanding how to ride a bike, what I suggest you do as a new rider is you learn what's called the friction zone. So we'll go over the friction zone. So if you just get on your bike, right now it's off, turn the kill switch on, make sure the key is on, you put it in neutral, with the clutch in, you start the bike. Let out the clutch to make sure it's in neutral, pull the clutch in, put it in first gear, let the clutch out real slow, keep your feet on the ground and walk with the bike. Let the clutch out real slow, you'll feel the bike begin to engage. This is called your friction zone. Now remember, a motorcycle does not ride like a bicycle. So get it out of your mind that if you can ride a bicycle, you can ride a motorcycle, because it's totally different. So you understand your friction zone. I suggest you walk it back and forth to really understand your friction zone. Now if you want to stop a motorcycle, you have to pull in the clutch. Pulling in the clutch will disengage power from the drive and you'll slow down. Apply brake to slow even more. Now, modern day motorcycles, where was I going with this? We were talking about the friction zone. So I was talking about how motorcycles are not like bicycles to ride. So from a couple miles an hour up to about 14 to 16 miles an hour, you'll steer a motorcycle like a bicycle. You want to go right, you turn the wheel towards the right. You want to go left, you turn the wheel towards the left. Above about 14 to 16 miles per hour, you apply what's called counter steering. So it's completely opposite. If you want to go left, you push on the inside bar towards the right. So the physics behind the wheels. So the wheels are cambered. And when you go left, when you want to go left, you apply left. The bike leans to the left and you'll go left. You want to go right, you apply counter steering to the right and the bike leans to the right and the bike goes right. Those are some very basic things you have to remember. What I suggest you do is you get on your motorcycle, put your feet on the ground, walk with the bike, walk the bike with your feet on the ground, learning your friction zone really, really well. Once you master that, then you can begin to ride. Now, a lot of modern day bikes come with quick shift, which means you don't have to use the clutch to shift up and shift down. So, but you have to remember, if you want to stop, like I want to stop, I pull in the clutch, apply brake, and I stop. If you leave that clutch engaged, you'll never stop. You'll stall the bike or you'll put the bike down, which is something you don't want to do. So what you need to do is, after you learn your friction zone and you learn basic counter steering, I'll post a picture of counter steering and a little tutorial of counter steering. I know I didn't explain it super well, but again, if I want to go that way, I'm pushing the bar this way very slightly. It's not a heavy push. If I want to go this way, watch, I push the bar this way. I push the bar, the bike leans to the right and I go right. I push the bar to the left, the bike leans left and I go left. Courtesy to a couple of riders wanted to pass me, I didn't even see him in the rearview mirror. So again, I want to go right, I push the bars right, I go right. best way to learn your counter steering techniques is to find a nice straightaway and just apply slight pressure to the left and then to the right, and to the left and to the right, which I'll show you once I hit this. So you really want to learn your bike. So push, push, push. You'll see the bike leaning back and forth. You'll feel it going back and forth. Push, push, push to the right, push to the left. So you'll see you push to the left, the bike leans left, the bike goes left. Don't fight the bike. And these are gentle pushes. These are not heavy or hard pushes. Now safety. You always want to keep your eyes forward. You can glance in the rear mirror, but don't fixate. Some of the biggest accidents known are because you had object fixation. This is not a car, and you don't ride a motorcycle like you drive a car. You have to look where you want to go. You don't look where you are. So the way I was taught is you want to do what's called waypoint viewing. So you want to look at the next waypoint. So right now my waypoint is way up there. It's straight ahead. And I'm looking far straight ahead because I'm going straight. Now I'm coming up to a turn, so my first waypoint would be the turn's entry. Here's its entry, then its apex, and then its exit. You want to look forward to where you're going, not to where you are. So here comes the turn. I look at the entry. Here's the apex. I look at the exit. I look at the next turn. I'm always looking where I'm going, not where I am. Peripheral vision will tell you where you are. You don't need to stare at where you are. If you stare at where you are, you'll run into something guaranteed. So again, first time riders, you want to take it slow, you want to take it easy. Steady is smooth, and smooth is fast. So basically, as you learn, you want to keep the bike steady, you want to keep the bike stable, and you want to make all of your movements nice and smooth. No jerky movements, no throttling in a turn. You'll break that rear wheel and you will low side. Nice and slow. So here comes a turn. I'm waypoint viewing, and I'm going to counter steer. Here's my apex. Nice and smooth through the turn. Nice and smooth through the turn. Nice and smooth through the turn. Push to the right, lean right. Nice and smooth through the turn. All your movements are smooth and steady. No jerky rapid movements. No hard braking. Keep everything nice and smooth. If you're hard braking, you're going too fast. That's only for advanced riders. Nice and smooth. Practice that counter steering. That's the technique that you need to learn and master. Practice the friction zone. You need to master it. All of these movements will become muscle memory after a while. You'll just know to do them, just like when driving a car. Anybody out there drive a stick shift, an older stick shift? When you're first learning, you stalled the car like 100 times, and then after a while, it became muscle memory. You didn't think about it. You just knew to push in the clutch. You want to shift gears, push in the clutch. You want to stop, you got to push in the clutch. Similar principles, but radically different when you're riding. Always remember, you're not in a car. So that's kind of the basics on riding motorcycles. Let's talk about gear and safety. I personally do not get on a motorcycle without full gear. It's very rare you'll see me ever wearing jeans, and when I do, I wear my knee pads, my knee armor, I wear my boots, and I still wear my jacket. What's unprotected are my hips, but it's very rare you'll ever catch me riding without full gear. I'm just out cruising today and I'm wearing my full race suit. When I choose my gear, I choose it for two main reasons. The first and foremost is it is the most durable, the most highly armor-rated gear known to man. And that's why I choose Dainese CE Level 2. CE Level 2 is the highest rated armor, and I like Dainese. So right now I'm riding in an airbag suit. I have an airbag jacket. That's just one level above CE Level 2. And I have low-sided with that airbag jacket, and it has protected my ribs and collarbone and shoulders. What you want to do is you are out in the open. Your body is open to the elements. There are cars around you. The human body cannot take impact at 50, 60 miles an hour unprotected. You will get hurt bad. So my suggestion is all the gear all the time. So the second thing I look for when I buy gear is, after I find the highest rated gear, I look for colors. I want bright colors, something on the gear that's bright. As you can see, I got fluorescent orange with black. You cannot mistake me for the road, you can't mistake me for the building, you can't mistake me for anything but a motorcycle rider. I wear a white helmet, and it's Snell rated. Again, it's the highest level protection helmet you could buy. And my helmet is white. My second helmet is white, red, and green. Again, you can't not see me. It's very difficult to not see me because of the bright colors I wear. You know, some people will make fun of you. They'll say, "Ah, you look like a Power Ranger." Yeah, well, I may look like a Power Ranger, but I'm safe. Or I'm as safe as I can be. Instead of riding around in jeans and flip-flops where you could lose a foot, wear that armor. That armor will save your life. And the one time you go down without armor, you'll never ride again without armor. So my suggestion to you as a new rider, buy your armor. Don't be cheap. Make sure it's CE level 2 or equivalent. Don't cheap on the armor just because you want to save some money. You'd rather wait and buy higher level armor and a cheaper bike than buying the most expensive bike and super cheap armor. Because the armor is what's going to protect your life. The bike won't. So when it comes to boots, I do the same thing. CE level 2. I wear Dainese Axial d'Air. It's full carbon fiber frame with toe sliders. My feet feel super comfortable and super safe. My hands, my gloves. I have full metal gloves from Dainese. Again, the highest level armor. They have palm sliders. In case you go down, you don't want to tumble, you want to slide. The worst thing to do is tumble. That's where impacts happen. So that's about it on the basics. So I'll see you next time. This is Paul with NetSpeed.